I was born in Santa Maria. And then my mom is from Sinaloa and my dad's from Jalisco. So I think something that's really important to me, like, I don't know, I think our language. I really love how I can communicate with my grandma from one side in one way, specifically with Spanish, and then with the other one like in a completely different way, and have like different relationships with people just with Spanish. And I feel like it gives me like this unique perspective on like, I don't even know if this like is making sense, but it's just like this way of communicating with people and communicating with like who I am and where I'm from without actually being in a place where I'm from. We just celebrate things like, we don't typically do like 4th of July and things like that, but Christmas and like for big holidays like New Year's and Christmas, we make like tamales, pozole, sometimes menudo, but usually it's always tamales and pozole. That's like our traditions because they're like something that we all love, and I used to love that before I became vegetarian, but like so now it's like their thing, and I'm just like sitting on the sidelines watching them enjoy their food. That's like a tradition we have with food. I went to the DMV with my mom for my sister to get her license. The lady helping us kept on telling us that my mom was an immigrant and that she didn't have papers, and like it had nothing to do with my sister's like what she was going for, and like the lady just kept on saying like, oh yeah, like you don't have papers. So my mom pulled out her passport and the lady just stopped talking. Or like whenever we're in a store, like I can see people giving her dirty looks for talking to me in Spanish, and I feel like I always look around me before I answer the phone to talk to her in Spanish. And like I didn't realize that until someone's like, why are you looking around, and I was gonna answer a phone call. And yeah, I feel like I have a lot of friends who don't know a lot about like Hispanic people or like our culture or religion, like our like who we are really. So I try to talk to them and be like, try to get those stereotypes out of their heads sometimes, or like just try to like keep them open-minded a little bit, and like, you know, like you don't really know everything, you know, so like just don't judge firsthand, like, you know, if that really makes sense. Like I'm just trying to get people to be a little more open-minded about us and like what we represent or who we are. Well, I joined MECHA, BSU, and ACT, and like me and Israel joined like 8 clubs this year, and we just try to like put a piece of every single one, like in like piece of MECHA and all the other clubs, and like try to talk about it. Like I know for BSU, Kellen is very like open-minded. Like she's like, this is not just about like BSU. We are diverse in this club. We can help MECHA. We can help ACT. We can do everything. Like, you know, it's not just about us. Like we're very open-minded, and like so she like wants us to come up with ideas of helping MECHA or like ACT and MECHA and BSU getting together to do like something specific for Hispanic Heritage Month or like things like that.
Okay.
I feel like the school doesn't represent my culture at all. I was talking to a teacher about it actually, and how with ethnic studies, for example, I've like found myself, and like it's really helped me feel comfortable with talking about things and just being me. And I've learned so much about myself in the few like weeks that we've been in school, and I just could not imagine how I would be or who I would be without that class, because of how I've found myself in the like short time in there. And I just feel like with the school's curriculum, I've never had an experience similar to that. And like I've remember like reading things and being like, why should I care? And no one's like ever been able to answer my question as to why. They're just like, oh, like they're old, like basically in summary, like, oh, they're old white men who are classics. Like that's all I get from them. I feel like the school could be more open-minded on the things they make us learn and read. For example, novels. Like for the sophomore curriculum, I remember a book that was written by like, I think she was, I'm just gonna say Hispanic author, was like Water for Chocolate, and that book was so good. And I feel like if we had more of that, kids would be more interested in like school in general, because it teaches them a little bit about like us. And like the book is originally, I think, written in Spanish, but there's both options, so it's not just for the people who speak Spanish. It's like it can be for both, and we could all have the experience of that novel or more like it. I feel like on campus I tried to kind of talk to students, like I've mentioned to some, like, did you know like it's Hispanic Heritage Month? They'll be like, no, that's a thing. So I try to do that here too, and I just kind of try to, like, I don't know, kind of spread word on things that we talk about in the clubs, like, so like tell people we're doing this, maybe they can be interested in joining, or like just kind of trying to get people's attention to real things and not just like their own little circles in school. I just think that I personally have a lot to learn about my culture, and I'm not like, I don't want to be here sitting here like saying I know everything about my culture and I'm like here to educate people, or I have a lot to learn as well, but I just want to be on the side that's like telling people it's okay not to know things and it's okay to learn more about things, even if it's not about you specifically.